Shalom, this is Bishop Nathaniel. 34 times the Booster Club has been called upon and 34 times they've answered. Join the team today and help send the prophets around the world. 12 tribes worldwide. Shalom.
I can't get enough of this word, call me library. All you do is talk, I tell them read, I'll be your pallbearer. As long as my hands clean, I'ma teach, I let the laws tear. You rebuke your doctrine, can't believe I even fell for it. Yeah. Bodies dropping, no top models, no need for worries, cause God got us. See, masculinity need to be shown for real. And all of you that's cross-dressing would be dressed to be killed. Apollo Creed, but I'm hitting like I'm Holyfield. You counting sheep, but you the hireling, the type to flee. This for the meat, when the battle won, they gnash their teeth. I can't believe I even fell for their hypocrisy. Like it or not, it's Kwam Yasharala. Laws attached to the brain, medulla oblongata. We are not the same over here, we walk with giants. 10 toes down with the clay is mixed with iron. I can't get enough of this word, call me library. All you do is talk, I tell them read, I'll be your pallbearer. As long as my hands clean, I'ma teach, I let the laws tear. You rebuke your doctrine, can't believe I even fell for it.
Minister. In this race, you gotta last just to finish first. I'm in a big league with the top prophets, warming up.
Our people don't want the solution.
That's right.
Our people say, oh yeah, I love God. They will say, yes, Black Lives Matter. They'll say, yes, we are oppressed. Why people shooting us down in the street? All right, here son, here daughter, here's the solution. Oh no, I don't want that. I just want to say it. I don't want to be about it. I just want to say it. But we're here to give y'all solutions right out the Bible. Thus says the Lord. Right? Let me get Matthew 3 and verse. Let's start at verse 1. Start at verse 1. Because with this Bible has to come a new mindset. We got to reform our mind. We got to rethink and bethink who we are. Remember who we are. Read that.
The book of Matthew, chapter 3 and verse 1. In those days came John the Baptist, preaching in the wilderness of Judea.
It says, in those days, John the Baptist preached in the wilderness of Judea. But this day, here we are, the prophets are back on the earth. We're preaching right here on 5th and Minnesota. We're preaching here, right here on 5th and Minnesota, as our forefathers did before. Hey, my brother, you got a minute?
Yes, I got a minute.
All right, come and talk to me then. Let me finish this out real quick. We're right here talking to our people, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right now today, saying what?
And saying, repent ye, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
We're telling you to repent because the kingdom of heaven is at hand. We're in the last days. If you are a studied person and you read this Bible from the beginning to the end, in Revelation, you can see those things coming to pass. If you be around men of understanding that can break these things down to you the correct way, you will see that we're in the last days. Bruh. It's time to wake up. It's time to stop playing. It's time to come back to be doing what this Bible tells us to do and being what this Bible tells us to be. Hey, my brother, how you doing? Hey, what's your name, bro?
My name is Mossy.
Mossy? I'm Maccabeus, bro. Hey, so you know who you are according to the Bible? Who are you? You're an Israelite. Absolutely correct. How about you? You know who you are according to the Bible? Come over here and deal with me. That's the young brother right there. Hey, come and deal with me. Because I'm out here for you. You don't want it? You love God? But do you love God? See? And that's what I'm trying to get across to our people. Everybody say they will love God, but when we come out here and tell you that, hey, this Bible right here is about you and your history, because in television, where do they start your history at? Slavery, right? But what were you before that? You got to understand that. Hey, this Bible, young man, I know a lot of misconceptions is out there about this Bible, but this Bible is only about black history, heritage, our customs, and our ways, and also about the destruction of the white man. Did you know that? No, because most people will say that's a white man's book, but if a white man wrote this, let me prove it. Let me get Revelations 13. You know what I want. Because if a white man wrote this, he would not have this in his Bible. He would not have his own destruction in this Bible. This is all about us and our heritage in the destruction of our enemies. That's all it's about. Read.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear.
It says, if you have an ear, let you hear. Hear this. If you have understanding, hear this. Read.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Bruh, it says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go in captivity. Young man, who had us in captivity? Who had us in slavery?
The white man.
Who?
Sam, right?
It was the white man, right? White man had us in slavery, right? Read what the Bible said gonna happen. Read.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
That's the white man's future, because he never went into captivity, have he? He never paid for the things that he did against God's people. Bruh, do you know all the religions that, all the holidays that the white man gave you, those are all pagan holidays. Do you know most 90% of the holidays out of the Bible, do you know what they celebrate? The destruction of our enemy. So don't think because we come with the Bible we soft. Don't think because we preaching God or Jesus that they soft. No, these are some austere men of war. But first, before we get back to that, we have to understand who we are, bro. We have to understand that we are the children of Israel.
That's right.
Matter of fact, let me show you. Do you know about slavery? You know about slavery, right? Let me get Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Now I'm going to go straight to the point to you, because like I said before, we out here for our, hey bro, come around this way, come around this way. Hey, come around this way. You can ask me your question, bro. I'm right here.
I want to talk about the report though.
Oh yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. So, you know about slavery, right? Watch this. Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Let me get what Egypt means. It says the Lord will bring you into Egypt again with ships. When you think of Egypt, you're thinking of a landmass over there in Africa, right? But that land was not called Egypt. The white man put that name on that land. The white man put that name on that land. Before that, it was called a land of Ham, or land of Put, or Mizraim. You see what I'm saying? At a time, a lot of it was called Ethiopia. But when the white man got over there, just like he do with everything else, he want to put his own twist on everything. So the Bible is going to tell you what Egypt means. So it's going to give you the definition of Egypt. Read.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which I brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
What did it just call Egypt? Are y'all listening? What did it just call Egypt?
House of bondage.
The house of bondage. What's another word for bondage, young man? Slavery. If you bound, you're slave. You're a slave. Let's go back to 68. I'm trying to give you understanding, bro. I'm trying to give you knowledge, because this right here, let me ask you something. Have you ever heard of the phrase, if you want to hide anything from a nigga, put it in a book? Have you ever heard of that before?
Bring it out.
Read it.
Why did they say that? Why is that a saying? Yes, because the white man know we are so broken as a people, we won't even pick up a book and read it. You won't even pick up the book that I tell you, hey, young man, this is your history. This is the history before slavery. This book tells you that you're the best thing God made. He told you that you're above all people. This is the map and the roadway to the destruction of your enemies. And you know what people say? No, I still ain't gonna read it. Because as long as we can smoke, get high, get drunk, have a girl to fornicate with, we good. We all right getting shot down in the street. We all right here paying taxes and building somebody else's wealth instead of being for our own. That's not good. So right here it says that Egypt means slavery. So read it from the top.
The book of Exodus, chapter 28 and verse 6. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 63. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt
Slavery?
again with ships.
Who did this happen to? This is our history. Nobody else went into slavery on ships.
Right.
That's our history. But this is in the Bible. This is written over 2,000 or 3,000 years ago. Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Just the way Moses said what happened, it happened to us. We're still in the land of our captivity. Are we not? We're still in the land that we was enslaved in, right? But do you think that you're free right now? Hell no, you are not free. They're not finna just let you go. They're not finna give you the keys to get out of your captivity. But God gave you the keys. God gave you the prophets, the men that's in front of you right now. You put that down. Read.
Thou shalt see it no more again. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
God said in there, when you get off of that slave ship, you will be sold unto your enemies. Who bought and sold us again? What race of people bought and sold us? The white people. What did the Bible just call them? Read it again, right where you was. Read it again.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
We'll be sold unto our enemies. They're still our enemies till this day. Don't ever forget that. That's why they shoot you down in the street. That's why they still got lynchings to this day. That's why Breonna Taylor murderers got off. She was in her own house, in her own bed, and got caught. Got killed, sleeping. And they said the men was justified. How? There was no threat to her. How are they justified? How can they get off? Why? Because you're still in the land of your enemies. You are not free. You are not free. Don't ever think that you're free in the land that you was captive in. Let me get, matter of fact, let me get that in 66. Watch this. Read.
Verse 66. And thy life shall hang in doubt before you.
God said your life will hang in doubt before you. We are still talking about Israel. The Israelites went on into slave ships. The Israelites to this day, life will hang in doubt before them. Read.
And thou shalt fear day and night.
And how does your life hang in doubt before you? Do you got a car? If you had and you drove, right? And a cop pulled you over, are you guaranteed that you're gonna walk away from that? No. So your life gonna hang in doubt before you, day or night. They murder us and shoot us down in the middle of the street in the daytime and at night. They don't give a damn if 500 cameras is on them. They'll still be like, you know what? We gotta acquit them because, you know, they fear for their life. You know what? The woman was in her bed, sleep, but, you know, she black, so they fear for their life, so we gotta shoot them. It's crazy, bro. That's our history. The Bible is talking to y'all, you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We got to understand that this is not a white man's book. It's our book.
Come on, huh?
Let me get 64. Read.
Verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Let me get Jeremiah heritage. So it says, God said he would scatter us among all people, all other nations, and we would serve other gods. Other gods. How do you serve other gods? People wear crosses. That cross had nothing to do with the Bible. It's idolatry. People worship the cobblestone. We learned that in the sub-Saharan slave trade, going the other way under the Ishmaelites. That has nothing to do with us. You see what I'm saying? Money. Materialistic things. We want to have the Yeezy zones and the Jordans. You know what I'm saying? We'll sit out in the cold as black people, white people laughing at us. It's 30 degrees outside, 20 degrees outside, but you have black people standing in line for some damn $200 pairs of shoes. That's idolatry. But you don't want to stop and hear God say, you know what? You the best thing that I made. You don't want to hear that. But hey, if we was over here and said, you know what, hey, we got eighths of weed over here for $10, everybody would be over here. Everybody be over. Y'all be fighting each other to get over here. But we over here saying, you know what? We got the solution to y'all being shot down in the street. Nah, we don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that. It's crazy. We got to wake up and reform our mind. Get out of this low mind state that society has put us in. That's the thing. We're comfortable where we at. How can you be comfortable being at the bottom? When you hear hood or ghetto, who's the first type of people that you think about? Black people, right?
That's right.
Black people. But if you hear suburbs and all the nice places, the first thing you think about is the Edomites, the so-called white people.
That's right.
They even conditioned us in our mind to always think and believe we're okay at the bottom of society.
That's right.
But that's not what you're supposed to be. That's not where you're supposed to be. Watch this. Read this.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
God said you, even yourself, will discontinue from the heritage that he gave you. Let me get, is that it on that? Read.
And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
When we came over, we did not know this land. You start serving your enemy in this land. That's where you got Christianity from. That's where you got that white man Jesus from. That's where you get Christmas and Easter from. Because in this Bible, before we came over here in slavery, we knew God was black. We knew Christ was black. We knew the Messiah was black. But through slavery and Catholicism, that's what we believe now. Every time you think of Jesus or think of God, you think of a white man, and that's a damn lie. We can show it to you right out the Bible. But God said you will discontinue from your heritage. You will discontinue from the holidays that I gave you, and you're going to celebrate Easter. What's coming up? Halloween. You're literally celebrating devils and demons and stuff. And you think ain't nothing wrong with that. The white man gave you that. And the next month, you're going to be celebrating Thanksgiving, the slaughter of millions of Native Americans, and you think that's okay? Oh, you know what? I don't celebrate it for that reason. I celebrate it for my family, so we can get together. You can get together any day. You don't need Thanksgiving, the murder of your brothers and sisters, millions of them, to get together. And then the next month, you're celebrating Christmas, something the Bible specifically tell you not to celebrate. It's a blasphemous, paganist holiday. And the Bible literally tell you not to celebrate it. But you say, oh, I celebrate it for the kids.
Come on, huh?
No, man, you're going to discontinue from your heritage. Let me show you your heritage. Let me get Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. I'm going to show you what God tells you about yourself. But most people don't want this. They want to be accepted by society. They want to be integrated. Is that the right word? Integrated into the white man's society. They want to stay asleep. Hey, why do you think they put weed in the communities? Everybody think it's cool that, oh, you know what? They finna legalize weed. Why do you think they put cigarettes in the community? Why do you think they put alcohol in the community? Why do you think they have condoms and contraceptives so y'all can fornicate and stuff like that? Why? To keep you asleep, to keep you docile, to keep you dumbed down. That's the only thing that a black man or a Hispanic man have in his sights is a woman, a bottle, and a sack. Hey, if I got that, I'm good. I can chill. No, we're more than that. You are more than that. We have to have a better mindset than that. This is your heritage. This is what God says about you. Read it strong.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
The Bible says you are a holy people unto God. If this land that we're standing on is holy land, that means all the other land ain't holy, right? Right? God said you are a holy people unto him. That means the other people outside of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, outside of the 12 tribes of Israel, sorry to tell you, I didn't write it, are not holy. They're not holy unto God. Read.
the Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
If we are special unto God, Israel, that means the rest of the people are not special unto God.
That's right.
That's what he said. Read.
Above.
You said what?
Above.
The pastor say equal to. We're all equal. The white man said we're all equal. What do the Bible say?
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
That's right out the Bible. Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. He said, you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are a holy people unto him, a special people unto him, above all people unto him. But we don't want that. We don't want that. That's crazy. That's the truth of the Bible, that you are the Israelites, that you are God's chosen people, that you got to be better and be more than what society gives you. Let me get Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But why? Why aren't we there right now? That's what you got to ask yourself. Why are we? Because we blind. Matter of fact, hold that. I want you to hold that. And let me get Judah chapter 5 and verse 20. Is that what I want? All right. I'm gonna deal with your question real quick. Let me stay with me, bro. What's your name? Leonard. Stay with me, Leonard, because I'm finna show you something right now too. And then I'm gonna get your question, all right? You ready? 5 and verse 20. Read.
This is the book of Judah, chapter 5, verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people.
So this is a servant of a general talking to him and said, look, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, if there's sin in this people, it's talking about the Israelites, you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. If there be any error in you, read.
And they sin against their God.
And they sin against their God. This is the white man. This is what he knows about us. This is what he knows about our history, our culture, our heritage. It said if they sin against their God,
let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
He said that's going to be their ruin. That will be their ruin. If we sin against our God, is that it on that one? Read.
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
So hold that, and let me get Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15. It says, if there is any sin in us, that's going to be our ruin. The white man already know as long as he can keep you in sin, smoking weed, smoking cigarettes, because that's a sin, according to God, continue to let you eat that pork, that shrimp, that lobster, that crab, that's a sin, according to God. Let you continue to fornicate and make whores out of our sisters instead of marrying them. That is a sin against God, that he will overcome you and overtake you. He can continue to have you in the lower state that you're in. Read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
It says, if we will not listen unto God to do his commandments and his statutes, be what this Bible tells us to be and do what this Bible tells us to do, that something will happen. Read.
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
That all these curses will overcome us and overtake us. Curses will come upon us if we do not do what God tells us to do. I just read that to you in Judah chapter 5 and verse 20. If there's sin, which sin is the breaking of the commandments, that they can overcome us. Moses told us in Deuteronomy that if we sin, we will be cursed. Read 16.
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
We will be cursed in the city. I just asked you, slums, ghettos, hoods. You think about the black man, the Hispanic man. We got roaches, rats all in our community. We get shot down in the community. Like it's so much that's in our community that's cursing us and plaguing us. Moses told us that it will be on us if we do not keep God's commandments. Read.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
It said, and cursed shall you be in the field. Let's go back to Judah, chapter 5 and verse 21 now. And after this one, I'm gonna get your question. It says that we'll be cursed in the field. Who was cursed in the sugarcane fields, in the cotton fields, in the tobacco fields? We was. White people was not picking that. That's talking about us.
That's right.
We gotta reform our minds. Watch, and they know if we get out of our sin and continue to come back to this Bible, this is also what they know. This is the secret. This is also what they know. Read this.
This is the book of Judith, chapter 5, verse 21. But if there be no iniquity in their nation,
It says, but if there's no iniquity, if there's no sin in the children of Israel, read.
let my Lord now pass by.
It said, leave their ass alone. Pass by. Do not go up against them. Read.
Lest their Lord defend them, and their God be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
It says, so if there's no sin in us, they will leave us alone because God will defend us.
That's right.
And they know that. But they know, hey, you can't tell the black man nothing. They hard-headed as hell. Let me just drop some guns off right here, some weed off right here. Let me get some hookers over here on this corner. They're going to destroy themselves.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.